Hi guys, so we are coming to the conclusion of Unit 2. I've got your people booklet here, and the first thing you need to do is create a questionnaire. So what you might want to do is write down some questions that you would like people to answer about your business. So I have some examples here. So you want to kind of know, are they male or female, the person taking the questionnaire. I've done this as a beauty salon. So obviously yours is going to be whatever business you have chosen. So mine is sort of a beauty salon. That's what it's based on. So I've asked whether they're male or female because I want to know different things a male might get compared to a female. So how often do you go to a beauty salon? So you're kind of trying to find out what the customer spending sort of habits are. So whether it's never or very rarely, once a month, once a week possibly. How much on average they spend when they go to a beauty salon. So you could have something like this. What treatments they usually get. Okay, so you could pick a multiple. You can have just one or possibly a couple of those. Where would you usually search first for a local salon? So this is to do with advertising, this one, okay? So you're trying to sort of find out what your customers would, where would they find your beauty salon or your business, okay? So if all of my business customers found my salon through social media, that's where I would then put most of my advertising. Okay, so depending on what your business is, you might put different things in here. Maybe you'd use posters, maybe you'd use the newspaper. It literally depends on what your business is. And advertising, this part, that's what you should have done in the property and advertising part of your topic. Okay, so that you can put a few of the different ones in there that you think would work best for your business and then find out what your customers think. So if you write down about 10 questions you would want people to answer because you want to know as much feedback as you can about your business, okay, so you'll be going to be sending this out to people. So you can just write them on a piece of paper, and then what you need to do is log into Hub, okay, log in. If you go to Office 365, click on that. And down here, if you scroll down to the bottom, you should see the green F, and that says Forms, okay? So new, if you click on this, new form there, and Business Questionnaire. And that is where you then start your questionnaire. So mine have already started, but up here you can just see it says Add New. Yours will say Add New. And then you can have choice there, multiple choice. You can have the odd text one or rating, okay? You can add some of those, but most of them need to be multiple choice because what you're going to be doing is getting a graph out of these responses, so it's easiest if you have multiple choice. So this is where you need to put your questions in then, okay? So if you click on choice, okay, you put your question in there, your options, you can add more options there if you need to, okay? And if it's just one answer you want them to give, you would just leave it and click off one side and it's done, okay? Or click back on it if you want to edit it again. You can delete them here if you need to. But if you want them to, if they can have multiple answers, okay, so if there's a couple of different options they would need to choose, then you could click that and then they can click on multiple answers. Okay, so that's about creating the forms. You need about 10 questions and you need to put them in there. And then what you're going to do is click on share. So when we click share, you can see this here, and we need to copy that, and then you need to email as many people as you can and ask them to fill in this business questionnaire. So you can email everyone in your class. You can email as many people as you can. You can email me and I'll fill it in. Okay, as many people as you can, because then what happens is you get this responses page here. So it'll say how many responses you've had, how long it took them to complete it, and it'll give you when you view the results, it'll give you all the results that people come back with, and it'll also give you graphs on there as well. Okay, so this is what you are going to be putting into your pupil booklet. So, talking about the pupil booklet, first thing you need to do once you have done that is snipping tool your questions. Okay, so snipping tool, you can do it like that, and pop it into the first slide. So that's obviously question 1 and sort of the top of your questionnaire. You can hopefully get a couple of them in at once. If they don't fit, maybe you can try and zoom out a little bit. Try and get as many in as you can. So basically you need to add these into all of these slides here. And then what you're going to do is a conclusion of your graphs, okay? So find the graphs in the responses of your questions and explain what information they give you and how they can help your business be successful. So once you've got your responses, you can snip into your graphs that should show up here, and you can explain them. So for example, sorry it's a little bit wonky, I have created several graphs using the data from the questionnaires that were completed by staff in my school. Okay, that can be staff and pupils. The graphs were created as they would be easier to assess data, and they summarize all the questionnaires into one place. So just a little explanation as why you've done the graphs. And as you can see, there's a graph here. So most popular treatments that people would get in a salon. So it explains all the popular ones. You can see there, that one's the most popular, and you'd have a little look here to see which one it is. That is showing how you're looking at how to make your business successful, because you're looking at what treatments people would want. Okay, so that is sort of distinction level there. Explaining then the graph, so looking at the pie chart, I can see what the most popular treatment would be, and then it explains a little bit about that treatment there as well. It says about advertising then here, so how the public would search for a new salon. Apparently it would be the internet and through a friend, both very high there. And again, just a little explanation of the graph. Here, which gender most frequently visits the salon. Okay, so majority there is female, but there are some males who do go as well. And it's just, like I said, explaining the graphs and some of the main things that would show what could make your business successful. Then, once you've done that, so you can have some images of your graphs in here, along with some explanations. Then you need your conclusion. So this is your general conclusion. So that would look something like this. And it is basically you explaining what you have done in this unit so far. So it says about creating a vision for your business. Did some research. We had a look at 2 entrepreneurs. Some of them, if we have a little look in Study Zone, you can literally go through Unit 2 and explain what you have done so far. So you could literally say, right, okay, successful business ventures. What did we do? Well, we looked at what makes a business successful. Then we looked at a couple of entrepreneurs and how their businesses were successful. We explained a little bit about different business features, and we had a look specifically at some companies and what evidence there was of how they are successful, and you could add a couple of those in as well. So that's the first part. Then you planned your idea. So You generated a load of ideas, came up with a mind map with lots and lots of different ideas. Then you picked 3 and you researched as much as you possibly could about these 3 ideas. You completed a checklist for each one. You chose one business idea and explained why you chose it, and then you rejected the other 2 and explained why. So you literally just need to go through each part, explaining what you have done. You did a 2-year timeline to explain how you foresee your business going and what you hope for it to achieve. And then you looked at some sources of advice. So you had a little look at these different websites and these different things that could help you with your business. So these different areas and what they can do to help you. You looked a bit about property, about how you would rent somewhere, and you also had a look at advertising, different methods of advertising, and how you could possibly use them in your business. And then lastly, we had a little look at ethics, what companies are currently doing, and what you think the main concerns in your company are, and how you could combat that. How would you overcome it? Okay, so that is your conclusion, which needs to go in here. Any issues, you can email me and I can give you a little rundown. You could pause this video at certain points as you're going through it. But that is basically what you need to do next. So, questionnaire and forms. Send it out to lots of people. Have a little look at the responses and then do a conclusion of your graphs. So have a little look at the graphs that it creates and write as much as you can about them. And then an overall conclusion of what you have done throughout Unit 2. I hope that is okay for you all. If you need anything at all, please let me know. All of this is now will be going on to Moodle, onto Study Zone. So at the bottom, conclusion, Unit 2.